sword.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to DAC 2015 Championship. My name is SUNSfan, joined by syndereN. We've been casting for quite a while today. We have one more game after this.
And this game...
This game is Rave versus Vici Gaming. I had to give a quick shout-out to Coddle guy. So this 5-day period of group stage is probably the most rigorous casting I've had to do. The closest would be NA Hub, which was also decently rigorous. Like, the hours were terrible. The fact that the schedule was changing all the time made it even worse. Like, every 5 days we had to just completely flip-flop our schedule. But we had a ton of cool casters and people to talk to, and now it's just empty. It's just empty in the house. Not quite, but Coddle Guy is doing an entire the entire stream by himself the whole day, which is...
Yeah,
I don't understand.
He's basically casting 9 best of ones per day for 4 days, and then if there's tiebreakers on day 5, at least 4 then, and then maybe
He's
more.
Superman, man. All right, let's get into the draft. This
Superman,
is Rave versus
man.
Vici Gaming. The stats, aka standings of these two: Vici is 4-2. Rave is 4-2. They are tied, both for 3rd place at the moment.
I want to give a quick shout out to SUNSfan for not complaining about his working conditions and overall just being a pussy and whining, and for manning up and taking the challenge and just dealing with things as they come and enjoying the moment. So that's great.
Shut up, syndereN.
Okay, fair enough. We're going to be looking at the game now, and we're hopefully going to be... I'll have an intelligent conversation, so I'll mainly be talking to myself. We will have Rave banning out Shadowfiend and Batrider, which I think is a pretty good opener against Vici Gaming. What do you think? Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
No, you have to use a different
Batrider,
voice.
there's some voice in my ear, I think. Okay, I'll filter it out. So they ban out the IO as well as Lycan for Vici Gaming. IO, solid first pick these days for many of the teams, Rave included. Lycan has been a very successful pick for JO as well. And the Shadowfiend has been the hero of the tournament so far. Let's be honest, SUNSfan. I'm just kidding, still talking to myself. Okay.
I was hoping you'd say you just talk in a different voice as me.
Oh.
And I don't have to do anything. That'd be great.
Yes, I totally agree with you, syndereN. You are 100% correct indeed.
Yeah, that's a great impersonation of yourself.
Thank you.
That actually sounded more like Coddle. You just needed to say something creepy like you could get lost in Broodmother's eyes or something. That's what he
I
says.
get lost in Broodmother's eyes.
I can't do his voice at
It
all.
wasn't actually that bad.
Hold on, I'm going to try my Kunkka impression before we start, and I'm hoping to see that hero in this game, but it's not going to happen. Ahoy, matey! Admiral Kunkka here. Admiral Kunkka here. Is that any good?
Admiral here.
Admiral Kunkka.
That was pretty good.
Admiral Murloc here.
Murloc.
It's
That's a
Slark.
hero we're missing. Admiral Murloc would actually...
No, Slark is the Admiral
pretty
Murloc.
legit.
Come on now.
Give him an outfit with a pirate hat
All
and
right,
stuff like that.
Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, so they did ban out the Bat, even though they wanted to first pick the Venge, who of course does counter Bat to quite an extent, has been another very popular and contested hero so far. And it's great for the opener, because it doesn't really give anything away. Venge is one of those heroes that... I've said it a couple of times on previous casts where it's like you pick Batrider, even if you lose the game or if things go wrong, very rarely will you after the game be like, damn, we shouldn't have picked Batrider. I feel like Venge is kind of in the same category. Just very flexible, works very well with different kinds of strategies. Good for pushing, good for Roshan, good for ganking, good for late game, good for early smoke ganks, like everything. This hero can really do everything if played in the right way. So,
Juggernaut.
not surprised.
So these are the two... I guess the 3 heroes of this tournament. 4. Okay, we're going to pick 4 heroes of this tournament that we've been seeing a lot. Some of which we've been seeing a lot before this tournament, but VS, Juggernaut, Batrider, Shadowfiend. Those 4 in particular for me, especially the Shadowfiend. That hero just all of a sudden, Sumail has made it just a common pick.
A Yule hero.
Yeah, he's made it a Yule's hero. Lion's going to pick up with the Jugs.
I want to say Secret are
Vici
pulling
Gaming.
it a lot too, though. RTZ on the Shadowfiend has also been a very common
Yeah, but
sight.
let's be honest here.
He's
He
using
started playing
Sumail's
it
item.
because of Sumail. Absolutely. It's not even a joke either.
No, the Yule seems to be his contribution to the hero.
And I think I've said this
hero
many times, but I'm
build.
going to say it just in case because who knows if I was dreaming. Maybe I didn't say it or something like that. But RTZ publicly was answering a question about what he thought about Yule's on Shadowfiend and Sumail's build, and he's like, I don't agree with it. 2 weeks later, he's using it in DAC. So,
It was
well
just
done.
a mind game.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
Axe is
just-
going to be picked. This is another hero. I feel like
Just
he's been
making them
banned
out.
more than picked so far.
Yeah. Have we even cast an Axe game today?
Not
Vici
today. No,
so.
not today.
Turn to ban.
Interesting. Yeah, he gets banned quite a lot. I want to say he's fairly good against Juggernaut. In a sense, they somewhat work against each other fairly well. Juggernaut, of course, has pretty high magical damage with the Blade Fury, especially early on. Omni Slash is very quick at killing Axe as long as he's not in the Berserker's Call. And it's a good way of even having a hero that can come up close to Axe and still deal with him. There's very few melee heroes that really want to fight Axe head on, but Juggernaut is one of the ones that can deal with it fairly well. The Healing Ward also sometimes saves you from getting Calling Blade range, which is another nice perk. But regardless, Rave did pick the Axe. So
No. Murloc got banned. Why?
Ow!
That's your favorite
Wow.
hero.
Ow!
I can't do it either.
that crack on my voice was actually kind of hilarious. I'm 14 again. Oh, to be 14.
Is Dazzle a worthy ban here for Vici?
5 seconds remaining.
Have Rave played that yet?
I'm not sure.
I
Just
think
from a
it's
traditional
okay.
standpoint, I suppose.
Yeah, armor. I want to say armor and physical damage are more important in Dota nowadays than it was a year ago. So with that in mind, Dazzle is a better pick. I am worried if they get the Dazzle, though. I mean, the Dazzle Axe offlane is really good if you want to run that. But it's too early to know for Rave whether they would want to get it. And Vici Gaming, they could ban it if they have nothing else, right? If there's nothing else they're scared of, then they could do that. But I think there's other heroes they could be more worried about. Heroes that, for example, like counter out Juggernaut. Mainly that, actually. Because Lion you can't really secure in any way by banning heroes out. So, or something that counters their next picks they have planned, which we obviously can't really know for now. But if they ban Dazzle now, you're going to look so smart.
They're going to do it.
10 seconds remaining.
Who else goes well with Axe
5
as a
seconds
support?
remaining.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a support, though. They're going to ban AA.
Vici
Yeah,
Gaming's
they're gonna
turn
keep.
to
They're
pick.
gonna keep.
They want the
their,
Healing Ward to actually be effective.
Yes, and they're probably gonna pick Witch Doctor now. Then I'm gonna look smart.
Damn, syndereN.
And this is where we differ, because yours would have looked smart but didn't happen,
Well, they
and
can
mine
still
would have
pick
looked smart
Dazzle, though,
and will happen.
on Rave. They can still do it.
Oh,
I
they
doubt
didn't
it, though,
ban
at
it,
this
no.
point. I don't know. With all this minus armor, VS, and Dazzle, that's... Not to
10
mention
seconds
Shallow Grave, so
remaining.
good. And Weave, and literally every spell.
5 seconds remaining.
And Poison Touch is decent against Juggernaut, goes through spin.
Witch Doctor.
Reserve time.
I feel like this is ASMR in my ear.
Fuck.
Yes.
Dire turn to pick.
You're looking real good with that Clockwork pick that looks just like Witch Doctor. Look at it, Hook!
Oh my god! If they pick Dazzle now, I'm gonna leave the room.
What else can they go for here? I mean, is Lycan banned? He is. That's unfortunate. Bat Rider's
They probably
banned.
want range, any sort of melee. Running a melee core into Clockwork Lion and Juggernaut. All three of them
10
actually deal
seconds
very well with
remaining.
melee cores. Would probably be too risky.
Boy,
Vici Gaming.
you were
turn to
spot
pick.
on.
I really hope Vici picks Dazzle now. That would be hilarious.
No, I don't.
Damn it.
A Dazzle against Axe, I think, is just... I mean, it's a waste of a skill, almost. With that Grave. I mean, it's the only thing that counters it. I don't know if you ever picked that. But we'll see. We'll see. So it's going to be the Clockwork offlane, Juggernaut, Lion, and one more to come in all likelihood. They need a solo
10
mid, and they need
seconds
either a jungle
remaining.
or a secondary support.
Could see an Ember for Super.
5
I feel like
seconds
Vici
remaining.
don't really use that enough
How about
compared to
Chen?
how good he is
Let's
with
get some
it.
Chen action.
Chen could be good too.
Close.
Yeah. I think
Dire
both of our
team.
suggestions almost met. I suggested an agility hero, so I was closer.
No.
But then again, you suggested a ranged hero, and this is a ranged hero.
There you go.
That's also close.
So
All right, we'll call it a
Medusa.
draw.
It's a Medusa support.
Okay, what's Rave gonna get? Come on, tell me.
Mm.
I'm gonna say anti-mage, so you can't.
Oh, damn it. And they have the Lion. Offlane Nyx, maybe?
10
That's
seconds
a very good
remaining.
suggestion. Very good
Don't
against
you being
Medusa, obviously.
sarcastic?
Mana burn,
5
getting rid of the
seconds
shield.
remaining.
Maybe a Necro,
Good against Lion too.
Necro Carrier at some point.
Nyx is not that good against
Reserve time.
Juggernaut though, because he actually can't do anything.
Beastmaster would be okay, but they have an axe, so it's kind of it's not
I mean,
irrelevant.
if you just keep mentioning heroes, you're eventually going to be
10
right.
I've mentioned
seconds
2
remaining.
plus Dazzle. but Dazzle's not going to happen this time.
5
2
seconds
plus Dazzle.
remaining.
He's not a hero.
Void actually might be good. They're
Yeah.
going to get Bristleback. I was going to say that next.
Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
I don't really. Oh, I actually. Now that I think about it, it is a fairly good Bristle game. He can live through the Omni Slash, especially if his back turned towards Juggernaut. Good at dealing single target damage, which is something you need to lay into Dusa.
10
And
seconds remaining.
is fairly mobile, so even when he gets stone
5
gazed,
seconds remaining.
when he gets stone gazed, he will naturally turn his back on the enemy, which is kind of nice, right? Because he's bristleback, so that's
Reserve
actually
time.
perfectly fine. And then when the stone gaze ends, he has pretty good move speed to catch up
Dire
again,
team
so
ban.
could definitely work. I am thinking final pick for Rave is Magnus. That is just a very solid pickup now. Empower for the bristleback. To an extent, empower for Axe. You have RP into Call. You can skewer into
10
Death
seconds
Ward,
remaining.
or RP and just drop the Death Ward as well. It's got fairly good synergy with all they have. But they might also consider getting another core
Vici
that
Gaming's
scales
turn
well
to
into
pick.
late game instead of
How does
having
Omni
Bristleback
Slash
late
work
game.
against Bristleback ability? Is it based on the cast point?
It's I think Bristleback. How is it Juggernaut jumps around the target?
That's the question.
I think he might have a preset pattern, but I think some of the hits are from the front. Like, because if you think about it, sometimes when you get Omnislashed by Juggernaut and you're trying to run into the trees, he will like Omnislash in front of you, and sometimes you get like
5
blocked
seconds
by
remaining.
the Omnislashing Juggernaut, which is actually working as intended. So if that happens, he must be jumping in front toward the direction you are going, because else you would never get blocked.
Right.
So he has to do some of the hits from the front, I guess. That's a good point. And I think it's based on where his unit is while he travels in Omnislash, whether he deals damage. So not where he starts the Omnislash, but where the individual hit is. That would make sense, at least. Skyrath.
Yep.
For
We're going to see
Beach
that
Gaming.
2 games in a row now. Different teams, obviously. But
Skyclock. Last team did not do too well.
combo's
10
still there, though.
seconds remaining.
And the silence is going to be nice.
5 seconds remaining.
It's going to be. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was unexpected. TA. Huh. So TA mid. I'm not sure what to think about this. There's a lot of minus armor, though. You have Vengeful Spirit with the Howl of Terror. You have Bristleback with Viscous and Nasal Goo. You have Templar Assassin with the Meld Strike. And a lot of physical damage with not just TA, but of course Bristleback, Witch Doctor, Axe, and Vengeful. A lot of physical damage. This is a Roche lineup as well.
Yeah. They're really good at taking Roche, that's for sure. The one issue I have with Rave's lineup fighting into Medusa with the last pick TA especially is I mentioned how Bristleback can be mobile, which is all great, but a hero like TA I think really can get shut down by Stone Gaze. If they want to do this massive physical damage, they're going to have to be doing it into a lineup that has Clockwork to create space, Stone Gaze to really prevent them from getting their attacks off, and then massive magical damage that their heroes are not that good at coping with, especially a hero like TA, who is great at blocking individual instances of damage, but not so much damage over time, is playing against a Skyrath Ultimate and Blade Fury.
Yep.
Her shield or refraction is going to vanish very quickly if they get that opener. But we're going to see. I like Rave's lineup a lot, and I think if they play it properly, they can do it. At the same time, well, I don't really feel like there's a clear favorite in the draft, whereas in many of the other games, I've had a team I just thought was going to look better. But
How many instances of damage does Mystic Flare do?
I actually don't know.
I think it's every I want to say 0.2 seconds.
So it hits 12 times, you think?
That's what I think.
I think it's every 0.1 maybe, but that might be...
Well, either way, yeah. Obviously you're right about the refraction. I just was wondering how fast it would go away, because there's only, at level 4, it's 6 instances of damage.
Let's see, if it's every 0.1, then it would deal 24 instances for a total of 600 damage, which would mean each instance is still high enough to break a refraction charge. So, regardless, the refraction will be gone, then it's about how much damage you do after it, but no matter what, it's still
FY,
really
he's
significant.
going to get magic missiled. They can try to block with the Vengeful Spirit.
Oh, they get the cast. That's really important. That's first blood.
Hits.
Just kidding.
Bristleback's going to go for it. One more quill
Got ya.
spray. Right click will do it for Jay. He's going
I
to take up the
told
tower as well.
I
Great
knew
call
that
by
was-
syndereN. This is why you're a professional player. Oh, wait.
I knew that
Okay.
was... Oh, right.
Let's go with the lineup, shall we? Ice, Ice, Ice. The real Ice, Ice, Ice. Been casting a lot of Ice, Ice lately. Going to be playing the Clockwork off lane. Super's going to be playing mid as the Medusa. FY as the Skyrath Mage. Joining him bottom will be Fenrir on the Lion. And Black Juggernaut with the worst set I've ever seen because it's not a set at all.
Is that a man ASMR voice?
I don't know. Do you like it? Do you feel tingling down your spine?
Actually not. But it could have worked, but didn't really work on me. For Rave, we've got Ryo here. Ryo will be playing as Axe in the top lane. In the jungle. Currently moving toward the Axe. It's going to be NB.
Oh, you got me already. You got me at hello.
AKA Ninja Boogie.
You got me.
Oh, I never said hello.
No, that's...
J.O. will be playing as Temple. And in the bottom, it's going to be Chris. On the spiky buzzer.
You're talking a little bit too soft. I'm a little bit too monotone. We work great together.
With Cast on the Witch Doctor, ready to drop some of them casks.
What if are you guys into like a golf cast? That is kind of a golf cast. What if there was just we just did an entire match like that? It's actually quite relaxing. The question is, how would you do team fights? Like, yeah, there's a rampage. That's how. Like, it's just nothing changes. The mood never changes. It's a very relaxing experience. It could be good for like the newer people that want to get into Dota, just not...
It's kind of interesting to do that experiment and see how relevant hype is, because that's like the least hype cast you can have. There's like no excitement whatsoever. Oh, that was a great rampage. That means he killed the entire enemy team. You should do that on the newbie stream if you get to do that at TI5 again.
Yeah.
You should have done that at TI4.
Roshan
Purge has the
drops.
perfect voice for that as well.
Maybe that's why they liked it so much. That's how he casts normally.
I was about to say you missed an opportunity, but I guess you actually took it.
That's right.
Okay. Well, apart from the first blood that we saw, not too much has been happening so far. Rave looking fairly good on the top lane, especially with the Axe of Ryo playing against a melee hero that's very easy. Clock is still getting his, though. So
it is ice, ice, ice. I mean, this guy, I don't know how he does it. He finds farm. He finds a way to live. He is... I mean, we were talking about but creating a fake all-star team. Like which 5 players in the world you would like. And we were just talking about Western at the time, but if we talked about best offlaners, Ice 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 is in the discussion for the entire world. And you agree with me.
Yes. He is very exceptional. It's just, he's one of those players where it kind of doesn't matter what hero he plays. He always seems to either, whether it's a farming offlaner, which he plays less regularly, or one of the very utility-based ones, he's good at finding or creating space, whatever he needs to do. Sometimes he will die, but a lot of the times it seems on purpose.
He has TP support as well this time. Battery Assault is off. Wow. Cogder's going to keep Axe at bay. Fenrir gets the Impale onto Vengeful Spirit. I believe the Battery Assault and right clicks are going to be enough to get first blood. This is what we're that's not first blood. God help us all. Fenrir on the run. One more spin, he'll get the kill. He's going to go for it. The tower is going to end up proccing, and down he goes. But Axe now in a precarious position, and by that I mean he's completely fine.
Still a precarious position.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
He gets a drive-by vitality booster, passing through the shop.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay. I might as well, right?
That's convenient.
Yeah. Nice choice, of course. He could have got the Ring of Health, but what he obviously realizes is he would not be able to buy the Vitality Booster from the side shop, so this saves him some time. So
Cask is
nice
wasted.
pickup. FY. Cast is going to be forced away. Doesn't... This bottom lane for Rave, let's try to take this perspective. Do you feel like they're accomplishing enough? They have 18 CAs on the Bristleback against the 22 of Black, so that's pretty good, but on paper, for me, this is a lane that Rave should actually be winning. Bristleback is very good against Juggernaut early on in the game. The laning stage just keeps harassing him with quills. Juggernaut can't really deal with it that well. Witch Doctor, great lane support for harassment. And if you look over at Skywrath plus Juggernaut, whenever they engage, the concussive shot will always be hitting Bristle because Witch Doctor should be expected to be behind him. And that means the only hero they can even access is the Bristleback, and he'll just turn his back and run. And Juggernaut can't kill him with a spin. So I think Vici Gaming are winning the bot lane a bit more than they should, although it's fairly even. The top lane, Clockwork, 12 CS plus a kill. A win for them as well. They timed that perfectly.
Ice 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 has cause, gonna force Quap out, has no mana to speak of, and by Quap I mean Vengeful Spirit. Jesus. Help me. Help me, syndereN. Axe is gonna live though, and here
Good turnaround.
Here comes Cast on the Witch Doctor. They're gonna do some nice blocks. Not gonna be enough to take out Ice Ice Ice, but yes, the last right click will do it. Voodoo Restoration keeping Axe healthy and alive. Fenrir, no mana to speak of. And everybody will walk away. Bunch of health pots placed upon the axe.
Very nice assist from Cast. Porting in there on the Witch Doctor. Securing
name,
that situation.
That's gonna be-
What is?
Cast.
Yeah. Nice Cast.
I guess it's like calling yourself hero, almost. You know. Actually, let's think of another one. He casts a spell. He gets killed. It's like killed.
Nice die by die.
Yeah, something like that. That's a decent example. Chrissy gonna get the bottom rune. Has the empty bottle. Will fill it with a double damage. And it's gonna come back bottom against that Juggernaut that you talked about. They're fine being 1v1, I suppose. It seems that they're fine because there's no more rotations. They're really focusing on this top lane. Ice is going to get a little bit more backup with the Skywrath Mage. Vengeful Spirit looking for the magic missile, but the cogs are placed. Force Axe back yet again. Twice. That's a lot of mana wasted by Axe's over-aggression.
Does have some on the stick, though, so we'll be able to... Oh, he gets the call, surprisingly.
Berserker's call, but here's the Ancient Seal. Ice is going really deep.
Whoa!
The procs are there for the counter helix.
Okay, that was... I want to say fairly lucky on the spins. I've played this hero a lot, and that did seem less than average fortunate on the number of spins.
Less than average fortunate. Good to hear. Fenrir gets a nice impale. Black Omni Slash finishes off the Bristleback, and now Cast on the run.
Oh, the tree respawn. I don't think they would have pursued it anyway, but that was kind of funny. Right in front of Fenrir's face, the tree just pops up.
That's pretty good. I like that. And meanwhile, Super Mid, 42 last hits and 9 denies. He is doing really well. TA is 38 and 9, so not that far behind. It's just both of them are farming extremely well.
You kind of would expect TA to win this lane a bit, I guess, right? That's the thing. She has better base attack damage by far when she uses the refraction early on, whereas Super has to rely more on the Mystic Snake to farm, but I believe the a little bit of early rotation and pressure that was put on Jo, but again, he got first blood though, Jo, in the beginning before the lane even spawned, the creeps even spawned.
Oh,
so I
another
would have
great
said
Berserker's call. He gets 1, 2 counter helix spins.
Not
And
the third.
cogs are placed. They're going to turn their aggression back on Axe. There's 2 TPs, both Fenrir and the Skywrath Mage. This is going to be enough. Ice might be in trouble as well.
They can
Axe
kill this guy.
Continuing to run. He's going to get the Vanguard. Or maybe he's had that, actually. I don't know. Either way. He is completely sandwiched in. It takes 4 heroes to kill him. The
still
one keeps him
alive.
alive even longer.
Finally. Wow.
It's quite a bit of commitment. Black is the only one that wasn't helping out, but that's because he's free farming bot
If that's a
lane.
pub game, that's where you all chat team.
Yeah.
He kited them for so damn long. Got absolutely no help. Chrissy, is he going to go for this dive? Looks like it. There's the spin, though. Actually not really doing anything whatsoever, but he dropped the healing ward. He has the stick charges. Going to be just fine. Chrissy will be salving at the same time.
Yeah, what was the spin for? It takes off... It doesn't take off... Does it take
takes
off
goo. It takes
Okay.
off the slow from goo.
It doesn't take off the stacks of Cool Spray, right?
No.
Okay.
So, yeah, probably just trying to remove the goo and create a little bit of space and heal himself up. He's doing just fine again. So, I want to say still this laning phase going slightly better for Vici Gaming in
One
2 of their
magic missile
lanes.
might be enough. He's not able to get off the cogs, and Dunkaroo for 2.
In my arm.
And that's 1.
Oh, there were 2 as part of the kill.
Well, it's like a field goal. It's a 2-point. It's NBA. Okay, moving on.
You didn't even want to try to make a
Radiant's
basketball
top
reference.
tower is
Dunkaroo
under
for
attack.
2.
I've given up.
Radiant structures
It just
are
rhymes. You can't say
fortified.
Dunkaroo for 1. That just sucks.
Dunkaree for 3.
Super. He's going to have his ult back up in 7 seconds. Buys a point booster, so might be rushing the Scotty.
What would a 3-point dunk look like?
Well, NBA Jam can answer that question for you.
Oh.
Ryo on the run with Axe. Ice going to hook shot. Cogs to follow. Is there a swap? No, he's not level 6. He's 1 creep away, in fact. That is really unfortunate. A lot of heroes backing up Ice against Axe. He's not able to get the Calling Blade off because of the Ancient Seal silence. And with that, they take home a kill. There was a TP support from Cast, I believe. Unless he was just in the vicinity and ran, but nice kill. A lot of rotations this game. Very early rotations.
Yeah, both teams are really looking to find some key kills as Juggernaut finds Chrissy. We'll be using the stick, though.
He's fine.
He's fine. He could turn this on Black, slows him down, but Black has phase boots, and Chrissy doesn't really want to chase into the Radiant jungle, which is perfectly understandable in that situation.
Radiant's
So
bottom tower
he's going to be
is
heading
under
back to the
attack.
Ancients. We'll be clearing this out. Probably going to get him fairly close to level 9, I believe. It's not enough for the full level up. Especially not if he shares it with
Oh,
Cast,
Witch
which
Doctor. It's like, I'm level 4. Look at my face. Just look at this portrait. I can't even. It's like wearing a bag over your face. You know you're hideous when you have to do that.
It is pretty similar to wearing a bag over your face. He's wearing one in front of his face.
Yeah. That's right. He couldn't afford the full bag.
He
just got a piece of cardboard taped on his forehead. Super. Gonna find Jo. TPing in. Gets a trap off. Howl of Terror as well.
Swap is still not available.
Wow, he still hasn't got that one creep. That is unfortunate.
He really didn't want it.
He wasn't in range anyway. The level 1 swap is pretty underwhelming as far as range is concerned.
Only 600. 700 now.
Hook shots available. But he's going to go back to top lane, Ice Ice Ice. His bottom lane in the meantime, Black and FY. What is Black going? His phase boost right now, saving it for something. We have some TP support top. Axe again. This is like a rewind of earlier engagement. He's just going to attempt to run away. He has the Vanguard, of course.
He's going to live.
Wow.
Clockwork used the hook shot already. I don't know how they didn't manage to TP reinforce early enough, because if you land the hook shot, that should be an easy cog, but
swap
maybe
is up.
Didn't hit him
Oh boy. Trap is going to set the theme of things. FY gets a nice silence off, but it just doesn't do anything. He gets sandwiched in by the majority of Rave's lineup. And this tier 1 tower will be going bye-bye. Axe in the meantime. They know they're all bottom, so I'm surprised they're not getting a little bit more aggressive here mid. Of course, like you said, hookshot is down for another 30 seconds. And Omni Slash, I didn't realize Omni Slash was still down as well.
Yeah, it looks like Vici Gaming won't really be getting any sort of trade here. Or at least, well, they'll be pushing a little bit top, I guess, but not really too much going to come out of it. Bounty Rune. Or who are they leaving that? They're leaving it for the TA, okay. I think it's Roche time. If you're Rave, I think you have more than enough at this point. Meld level 3. You have Wave of Terror level 3. I guess, okay, they're going to wait for the medallion. She has the recipe very soon. Makes it easier, safer, and also allows them to protect their top tower, so they're not even trading. So, good choice overall.
There's a Quelling Blade for the Roche as well. On the Courier. That is not... That's Vici Gaming's Courier. Let's look at the other Courier, shall we?
Yep. That one. Oh, that one also has one. No, it doesn't.
Hookshot. Cogs on 2. Death Ward is up as well. Lion is the first to die in this game. It's Mystic Flare. Killing off the Vengeance Spirit right now to 2 for 1. FY now being run down to Culling Blade. Actually, was that even a Culling Blade?
He did not get it off.
He didn't get it off in time. Omni Slash doing a decent amount of damage to Chris. He's going to turn his back. He's fine with that. Super pops that ult. And it's going to break things up, it seems. This tier 1 tower, though, might not be so lucky. And without that ult from Medusa, I don't know if they can hold this. There's a fortification pop, though.
That was such a great death ward from Cast. He gets it up on the high ground. Clockwork is already cogged in and can't really find a way out. He found the other kill immediately on the Skyreth, or not the Skyreth, sorry, on the what was the first kill there? The Lion, I think. Yeah. Just very nice execution from Rave. Their movement is great. Now with the Blink Dagger and Axe, things are just going to get easier. I still think Roshan will be their next target, and then maybe the tier 1 mid after that. But it's really been, I want to say Rave has been perhaps the biggest surprise of the tournament out of anything.
I agree.
Their success and the failure of Newbie so far are probably the two biggest surprises in that regard. And they are really good.
This tournament, I don't know anything about Rave.
They are really good at moving across the map. They distribute their resources nicely. They're good at skirmishing. That's kind of been their style, too. There's some teams that focus a lot on the 5-on-5 and pushing down towers and whatnot, but Rave are very, very good at taking the enemies by surprise. They also are very good at drafting for it. You can tell their lineup great for skirmishing. TA is good at finding kills with +1. Bristle is good. Axe is good. And they just make it work. They found 9 kills in 14 minutes. They have set the tone for the game with 5,000 gold lead against Vici Gaming, of all teams. They're looking really good. And heading toward the Roche pit now, I do believe. They have smoked up. Medallion, as mentioned.
I think they might want to get a pick off first.
And they also have a mech on the Bristle, do you see?
Because there is the rocket. Yeah, you can use the rocket now to scout it out. Actually, this could be perfect timing. They're going to see the flare. It's going to run out very shortly as far as vision is concerned. And
Bristle is faking in mid. Once again, this distribution of resources is so damn good. Vici Gaming will think he's in front in mid and just creating, like, hoping for them to go on him like it's just an obvious bait. But it's not. He's just distracting. It is a bait, but not the one Vici Gaming are expecting. Just look at how they're standing. They really want to wait for this push to come. They think Bristle is just shoving it in, but he's just wasting their time. There comes the rocket. Oh, maybe they're faking. Well, uh-oh.
We'll see. Ice is looking to perhaps initiate.
It's not gonna
Don't think it's going to be in time.
Roshan
Ninja
has
Boogie's doing a
fallen
great
to
job
the
of blocking it off anyways. Ancient Seal, probably Chrissy. There's a swap. Cogs are placed. Ice 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 in the wrong place at the wrong time. Can they do enough damage to take him out? Even the Finger of Death wasn't enough to take out the Vengeful Spirit. Ice 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 gets the hookshot off onto Cass, but dies shortly after. Super pops the ult. Everybody forces everybody out. Black, it's going to be able to right-click down the Witch Doctor with ease.
Great
It's a 1-for-1
silence.
right now. Omni Slash going to do a decent amount of damage. Really good bounces, a lot of them on Axe, but in the end, the Juggernaut falls. So it's a 3-for-1, Super on the run. He'll be okay. Aegis was picked up by Jo on the TA.
Man, Vici Gaming are really struggling with this Bristleback. He went mech first. They don't have good single target damage apart from they have the Skywrath ult, which they wanted to use on the Clockwork's first target on the Witch Doctor. They kind of used it too late though. Then they didn't have that for Chrissy. The Omni Slash was not enough to take down the Axe either. Like this Rave lineup is really not easy for Juggernaut to deal with. Omni Slash is really bad against TA. Omni Slash is really bad against Axe if he is in call. Else it's pretty good.
And he actually got
And it's
really
also
good
bad against
bounces
Bristle.
too, and it still
Yeah.
wasn't even enough.
It was still not enough.
I think it was maybe one hit TA.
I think it also threw Vici Gaming off the swap coming in from Venge. Very quick, right before Ice 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 got the cogs up he wanted.
Look
So
at
he
this.
ended up
Chrissy
casting
is
cogs
so
in the
tanky.
wrong
Has
place.
The mech, has the Vanguard.
Okay, he's not.
Hey, well, he's going to get swapped out, I think.
Oh, no way.
There we go. Oh, he's going to die anyway, so a little bit too aggressive. There's the Culling Blade, finish off the Clockwork. So 1-for-1 exchange. Axe. Look at how fast he is. It is so dumb how fast he is. 490 move speed with that Culling Blade, successfully getting the kill, decapitating the Clockwork.
Declockitating him.
This is a somewhat poor Lion. We've been seeing a lot of teams prioritize Lion's farm in order to get a quick Blink Dagger, and it has worked wonders. But right now, Vici Gaming is, well, they're struggling for farm. I mean, the bottom two farmers in the game are the Witch Doctor and the Skywrath Mage. They're two supports.
And I want to say it's fairly uncharacteristic for Vici Gaming that FY and Fenrir are both not doing well.
Radiant's middle
They're one of the
tower
best
is
support
under
duos in the
attack.
world, and generally, if one of them suffers, it's to make space for the other, but neither of them really has anything of value. We're 18 minutes in. The
Radiant's
first
middle tower
treads
has fallen.
will now get picked up by FY and the Skywrath Mage. Lion still sitting on boots and a wand.
Dire's top
So their
tower
supports
is
are
under
extremely
attack.
starved. If you look at the net worth, they're way behind the others. As far as the top four farmers go, Super will be number one because he hasn't died yet and has good CS, but the next three easily Rave with quite the gap down to especially Ice 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 and the Clockwork. Think about it. We're comparing Ice Ice Ice's Clockwork. He was off lane, and so was the Bristle. Bristle is 5,000. Oh my god. That's a lot of money. Okay, it's actually 4,000, but still it's
It's a lot of gold.
That's really
Well,
a lot of
he's
gold.
getting
Think
even
about
more
what
with
you
the
could
stacks
do
that he
in real
just
life with
stole.
4,000 gold.
Well,
What would you buy if you had
hookers,
4,000 gold?
no doubt.
4,000 gold of hookers.
That's high quality hookers.
Are we
I mean,
talking gold bars? Because that's a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, those are some really
Man.
good hookers. I mean, you can get anybody. You can get Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, she's my favorite hooker.
You can get Kate Upton. For that much gold, anybody will turn to a hooker, myself included.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. You have no integrity.
And my favorite woman of all time, as far as actors are concerned, Kate Beckinsale. Getting a little old, but
So are you.
exactly. I'm
Dire's top tower
just as old
is
as her,
under attack.
basically. I'm like 50.
Dire's
Yep.
structures
We have a smoke
are
here by
fortified.
Rave. They have the swap available. Juggernaut, Omni Slash with the Mask of Madness ready to go. They're biding their time. He is
Radiant's bottom
all
tower is
alone.
under
This could be a
attack.
huge kill if they can pull it
Radiant's
off.
structures are
Here it comes,
fortified.
Blink Dagger. Berserker's Call misses, actually. Black is able to get the Blade Fury off and just run away. That's surprising. I'm not sure it looked like it was in range. Perhaps he cast it a tad too late. I'm not sure. I'd have to rewatch that.
Black is going to be happy with getting away from that. Had he died there, they might have had a shot at pushing the tier 2 mid, but
And they would have kicked him from this team. What do you think about that? Like, do you think that's just a rumor? That's super weird because they've been doing.
they've been doing very
Really
well.
well.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be many things, honestly. All right, there's two options.
It could be many a two.
Okay, so what I mean is, obviously, either it's true or it's false. But if it's true, there could be many reasons for it being true. So,
Okay.
communication issues are
Racism.
one of the things being brought up. Racism has not really been brought up, but if you want to take
Let's
that
just put it
angle,
out there.
absolutely.
Well, I think
a
maybe
possibility.
communication. That would be the one that would make
Communication.
the most sense.
Um,
But it hasn't been a problem. Like what?
can also be playstyle. Maybe they've had some disagreements about how to play, but they've just been so good that it hasn't mattered. And now when they're not completely dominating anymore, they've been really good lately, but perhaps not as good as they want it to be. There could be something about that the playstyles don't really work out too well, but that's generally often something to do with communication. So I want to say if anything, it's probably that, or just not just in-game communication, but maybe also out-of-game communication. Perhaps it's hard for them to bond very well, because he is, of course, a German player on a Chinese team. He has been learning some Chinese, but you don't just get fluent in Chinese in a year.
Sure you do.
So
no problem.
Okay, that should be a show we should do. You learning Chinese, that could actually be pretty funny.
No. Ice is going to hook shot in onto Cass, and the Finger of Death will annihilate him. Denihilate him. That's a D. That's how great it was. Chrissy not able to get the kill, but he will back up. He is pursuing Black with that haste. Omni Slash is available, but with this much farm on Bristleback, he's not going to get the kill with a level 2 Omni Slash. He's doing a little bit of chip damage, forcing him back, but nothing will come of it in the end. Jo, Blink Dagger, Yasha, Axe, Blade Mail, Vanguard, and the Blink Dagger.
Witch Doctor, Tranquil Boots, 1 Sentry Ward, 1 Observer Ward,
let me click on him real
Magic
quick.
110 charges, 2 Town Portal Scrolls, empty inventory slot.
Vengeful Spirit, Urn, Tranquils, Downly Purge.
I feel like I just said that for Witch Doctor. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah, but it's a different hero. Black. Oh, they're going to see him. Is the Maldic going to be enough? Healing Ward, level 4 is placed. The dunk is there to finish him off. Ice.
I used to have ears and I love them.
Axe gets
I
the blade
love
mail
my
off.
ears and I miss
Mystic
them already.
Flare.
Is anyone talking?
How dare you interrupt my play calling?
I can't. Well, I genuinely lost my hearing, so I'm not sure if you were saying anything.
Shot's gonna miss.
My goodness. It hit?
It hit the creep.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What do you mean?
It actually, for a moment, looked like to me it did hit the Witch Doctor, but the creep did get in the way. So
when you have problems with your ears and your sight, then maybe you should, step down from the caster's role. Go back to playing.
Yeah, that's gonna go well.
You don't need that. You don't need your senses to play as a professional player in Dota, obviously.
Just need to pick Juggernaut and A-click ground.
Ice has the battery assault going currently. He has the invis as well, so he's not too worried about going down to Jo and company, which there is no company. He's all alone. Ninja
What was
Boogie.
that flying out?
Level 11. This is going to be pretty big. The swap now, the range, pretty decent. It actually doesn't look that long, but I promise you, it's an improvement.
Yep. 250 range is quite a bit. It's about a 33% increase on the level 1 swap, so nothing to scoff at.
Ice pops the invis, and he's going to walk away safely.
Roche is respawning in 20 seconds, by the way. Rave should have a pretty good idea that it's coming up. This is a fast respawn, by the way, so might not check it right away, but probably within the next minute, and their lineup is just way superior at taking Roche.
Ice just stalking Jo creepily. Invis is going to wear off not too long from now, actually.
He's going to blink out at the
TA,
perfect
very quick.
time.
Very quick on the blink dagger. And
do you think he buys BKB?
Oh boy. Ryo. Blade Mail. Is that going to kill FY? It's a 1-for-1, but oh man, that is
He died to Blade Mail only?
hilarious. Yes.
Oh boy.
He didn't need to use the Arcane Bolt, but he just felt like it. That's what killed him in the end. Super. Getting initiated by Chrissy. Viscous Nasal Glue is stacking.
He's going to have to ult. He's holding on to it.
Yeah. He's going to pop that ult. Omni Slash applied to Jo, doing literally nothing. And now that the ult is over for Super, they're going to try to right-click to victory, but not as going to happen. Swap is down.
Cooldown, yeah.
As well as the Magic Missile. And they'll be happy with these 2 creep kills that they're going to get.
But what they did was they forced out Omni Slash, Stone Gaze, and they paid, ultimately nothing for it. They used Swap, which is almost ready again, so they're going to get this Roche for sure. There's no way Vici can test that without those 2 key ultimates of theirs, and they're going to fire a rocket. Oh, maybe they can delay them, as that illusion of Vengefulls is actually being quite detrimental to taking Roche, but here comes the Desolator, has arrived for Jo, and they're going to kill it very quickly. Second rocket's going to be too late. Get the Aegis on Jo. I thought he might go for BKB. Playing against both a Lion and a Skywrath can be really frustrating as TA, but expecting the Vengeful swap to be able to keep him safe and sound. And of course, the axe with the blink call can also create a lot of... Can give him time to get out of harm's way and turn it on.
Whoa. SyndereN on Jug. I was not expecting this.
No, I mean,
You're never a fan. We don't need to hear it again. Let's hear the lecture.
Well, syndereN, it's kind of... It's a defensive and an offensive item at the same time. It gives you decent stats, but it's not great in any department. It's good, but it's not great.
And I just missed the kill. Damn it, syndereN. Was that the blade mail again? No, he's calling blade.
We will never know, SUNSfan, because you were busy doing the most useless interpretation of my words I have ever heard.
The reason...
But it was actually pretty close to what I usually say.
The reason that we missed that kill is because for some reason I felt like looking in syndereN's eyes while saying it.
I didn't even notice.
And he didn't even notice, so it was all lost.
Yes.
Bristleback now has a Sange, so in all likelihood will be an SNY as well. Which,
I think it's going to be a halberd for him.
Okay. I would like to see a halberd.
It's really good against Medusa because Medusa generally doesn't get BKB. Sometimes she has to, but in this game I don't think she will. So the disarm is very nice to get on the bristle. The evasion as well is often, and I won't say it's an overlooked aspect of halberd, but people focus mostly on the disarm. But 25% evasion is really good as well, so worth keeping that in mind, and a great item pickup for Bristle in general, of course. Does work a little bit against his quills, the automated quills, because if the enemy misses, he doesn't take damage, and then the quills don't pop out, but I don't think dealing damage is going to be Rave's problem with this draft right now, so
well,
I like that choice a lot.
Scotty on super now.
As for syndereN,
yes? Oh, no.
I
mean, no. I didn't mean to say yes.
Okay, so the only thing I wanted to say about that is I think Black needs to be more ambitious with his build. I don't think it's enough. He needs to think bigger. syndereN is going to be okay for now, but
another syndereN.
Yeah, he should have bought 2 at once for the same money. Then it would have been good.
Okay.
If they had if the shopkeeper had a discount.
That's an interesting idea. Certain time of the day, or if you're down by so much, you're like, you know what? Let's just give half off all items, guys. That's the real rubber band effect, ladies and gentlemen. Super going to put out a Mystic Snake. He's going to get initiated with the Blade Mail and Berserker's Call of Axe. They're doing almost no damage at the moment. He's going to pop his Stone Gaze any second now. There's the Death Ward doing a lot of damage now. Super on the run. He turns Axe and Jo to stone, and it looks like Jo's going to fall, but that is the Aegis of the Immortal, bringing him back to life. Ice stuck in a decently terrible position, which makes no sense when I say it.
Oh, God, that finger.
That Finger of Death did a ton of damage.
Nice
sticks Chrissy and Ryo in there with a beautiful Impale, and Black is actually going to get the right clicks off. Chrissy on the run. He's going to end up getting sheeped. He's extremely fast with that haste. It's going to run out. And the Scotty's going to ensure that he stands still. So 4 dead in favor of Vici Gaming. All they lose is Ice, who sacrificed his body, his soul.
Testicles. I really don't know why Rave decided to go for that. They were behind a tier 2 tower. They dove onto a Medusa, who has Manta and Scotty. This is an extremely difficult kill. And they tried going for it instead of just standing at range, hitting the tower with the Templar Assassin, and even the Bristle could just go. If Vici Gaming initiate the fight, they can't... it's almost impossible to imagine them winning it, right? How are they going to initiate? Into the swap, into the Crimson Guard, into the mech, and Axe can just counter-initiate with a call. They cannot go in on them, but if Rave decides to dive behind the tier 2 tower like that, all of a sudden they get a good Stone Gaze off, they get to do a lot of damage over time next to the tower and just play way more defensively and get their abilities off in a nice way, and that was a huge loss.
They're going to have 3 towers almost.
They lost their entire lead with 1 play call. And that was not a small lead, by the way.
Jo looking for the kill on FY. Has a doubled null talisman. Not sure why that's relevant. We're going to say it anyway. Impale onto Jo. He's going to take a Mystic Flare. Just rips through his refraction, and down he goes again. Cast on the run. Everybody for Rave Gaming on the run. Berserker's Call initiation with Blade Mail yet again, but he is all alone. Down goes Witch Doctor, and this is... I don't know what is going on right now, but this is not good for Rave, to say the least. Looks like Axe will be the next to fall. Next on the list is the Vengeful Spirit, slowed by that Scottied Medusa. That is 4 kills. The lone survivor is Chrissy. This is going to be a tough kill if they can even catch up.
They're not getting this one. Black doesn't have mana for Omni Slash, and it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, but he has syndereN.
Yeah, so does Bristle.
They counter each other.
Yeah, he did go for
it.
I really thought he was going to go for the Halberd, though. I still feel like it would have been a very nice choice and solved the problem. Dusa is being really annoying for them, and just that Halberd lockdown could be nice. At the end of the day, though, Rave has just thrown the game away in 3 minutes.
Look at this. Oh, my God.
They have just lost the entire game in 3 minutes. This is... I think this is the most costly series of mistakes I've seen in maybe apart from earlier today when LGD won after being 20,000 gold behind against Vici Gaming, as a matter of fact. Vici had a really devastating loss earlier today where they played a great early mid game and then they ended up throwing it away against, guess what, a Medusa. And they also tried to kill off the Medusa in the front lines.
It is extremely hard to play against a Medusa, though. I mean, how do you do it? Like, what do you need to do in that situation?
They need to activate their Crimson Guard and hit tower. Because Medusa's split shot...
objective-based gaming.
Yeah, Medusa's split shot, she doesn't have damage yet. I mean, look at her items. She has invested so much money into items, but the one thing she really does get out of it is tankability. But she hits... her hits are really weak still. You pop Crimson Guard, you go with the TA with Aegis, you hit the tower, Venge stands back, Axe stands back. If Vici engaged, you counter-engage with Swap and Call. If they don't, you get the tower. And then you do it for the next tower, and the next tower, and then when you feel like you go high ground. But they got way too aggressive and greedy. Then they lost 4 heroes. Then afterwards they get caught out, lose 3 or 4 heroes again. And we have seen a 12,000 gold swing in 3 minutes for Vici Gaming. Man.
Let's look at these graphs again in a second. We might have initiation. Ice has hookshot to work with Chrissy. Nope.
Good swap.
In. Ice gets Force Staff by himself.
Really good card.
And dismantled, destroyed, rickrolled in the face. It's tied 18 to 18, but obviously that doesn't tell the story. Let's take a gander at the graphs.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So 5,000 gold lead, 7,500 experience lead for Vici Gaming at the moment. And when you have a Medusa on your team, that's probably going to snowball.
Yeah, he's going to get a damage item soon. Is that a full butterfly? Oh, boy.
Is it?
Man, they have really just missed the... what I want to call a fairly easy timing window.
They horsed it up.
It was,
that's what
yeah,
I like to say.
They really stepped in a pile of horse dung and all slipped.
I don't like dung. Come on, you got to be more descriptive than that.
Poop.
No, that's better, but not barely.
A pile of brown sausage.
What the f... Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you liked that one, huh?
Yeah, that was better. It's
sure.
Original, at least. FY, I think he's going for a Rod of Atos with that Vitality booster at the moment. Actually, how much gold does he have? He can finish it here in about now. In about now.
Funk Soul, brother.
Clockwork steals a creep in the Ancients with that Rocket Flare.
Okay.
Black
well,
himself has an Eagle Song, so that's in all likelihood going to be a Butterfly as well.
Yeah, so here comes phase 2 for Rave. They missed their opportunity, so now they're going to need to deal with this team late game. There's 2 Butterflies coming out for Vici Gaming, so they're going to absolutely have to get MKB on probably the TA, but she is now in a position where she needs a defensive item because Vici Gaming are starting to get so much damage out that she will need the BKB to avoid all the stuns and the silence.
It could be an SNY. I know how much you would love that.
Yeah. SNY is good, but it's not great. Nah, there is absolutely no way she gets that.
Any chance she's going to SNY.
Dire's bottom
Man,
tower is under
they've
attack.
got to have this sour taste in their mouth after everything just worked out really well. They've played such a good early mid game, then they make a couple bad decisions, and they obviously can't see the graphs like we can, but they've got to be feeling how much they threw away and how they need to play now. And they are under so much pressure that I honestly don't know, in terms of player mentality, if they can come back from this.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be a rough road. Of course, both these teams, like we've talked about, I said both twice. Let me start over. Both teams are 4-2 in the group stage currently. Remember, the bottom 4 of the group stage will be eliminated from the tournament. And then the next 4, meaning 9 through 12, will go to the lower bracket of the main. We see Black farming with the SNY.
Dota 2 is an action real-time strategy game.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he can't even say real-time strategy.
Roll-time strategy. Playing game.
Dire's bottom tower.
We do get the tier 2 tower. Medusa will be claiming that. They might try. Do they have a smoke on any of their heroes by chance? Lion does have one. So this is not the worst position for Vici Gaming to smoke in, but maybe they don't even need it. Oh, is Chrissy she's just going to run into them. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, no. It's a Bristleback. Well, he runs away anyway, so.
Well, Blink on Lion. Instant initiation possibilities with the Ghost Scepter as well for defensive capabilities. And this
Rave. This
is a cheese.
Is this? Yeah. Their hand is forced. They're going to be too late, though.
If they fight, this could be the end.
This is really not a good idea, Rave.
Well,
come on, guys. Let's go in.
Beautiful.
Oh shit!
Hook
I've got.
shot. Whoa! Where
Wait,
the hell did he go?
what?
He hit a bunch of creeps. He really wants some farm right now. Mystic Flare not going to do enough damage to take out Chrissy. Vengeful Spirit swaps out. Will die shortly after. They're going to get a trade kill though. 2 for 1 so far. Super still has the ultimate to work with, but of course, actually goes through BKB. I'm not sure why he's not using it. He gets Berserker called. Is this going to be enough damage to take anything out? Death Ward plays a really good placement. Axe gets destroyed and dismantled. Witch Doctor soon after. It's a 2 for 2 overall. Ice Ice's initiation on the creeps worked out. Jo can buy BKB at base.
Did it also look to you like Ice just flew right through? Like the hook flew through the
Yeah, he's
bristle?
like, hey, see ya.
Okay, so that went better for Rave than I thought it would. They went into the fight. They got off to a bad start. The BKB of Bristle bought him a lot of time, though. Oh, here we go. Jo with his BKB that he just
Super
bought.
is just standing there. He has the Aegis. 60 seconds left on his cooldown.
Oh, this is going to be really good for Rave. This is an easy kill on Super. They're going to get Ice before he comes back up.
Ice
Oh, they missed the dunk.
Rolling Blade does not work.
This doesn't matter.
On a
Super
target
is
with that
not
amount of
going to...
health.
He didn't manage to get Mana Shield on.
It wouldn't have mattered.
He gets it on now.
Wouldn't have mattered.
It would have mattered.
Okay, he
Would have
would
dealt
have
a little more damage.
6 more seconds.
You think that much?
Yeah.
Still, I didn't get to catch in that fight before how Jo got 2 kills on the 2 supports. I think he got them in 1 shot. I think that was like an AWP double kill right there.
It's called OP nowadays.
It's called AWP if you're a ghetto CSGO hipster like me. Probably more CS hipster. Did I say CSGO hipster? Does that even exist yet? Oh. You're definitely a CS
hipster of every...
Yeah. Oh, that was bad.
Everything's-
I could have
you can be hipster
delivered.
in
I could have
anything.
delivered that joke better.
It's okay. We can just
It wasn't.
rewind.
It wasn't a joke, so it didn't need to be
We
delivered.
can do it in a different cast.
You're a
Nobody will
CS
notice.
hipster, though, right? Are you a hipster?
No, I'm not a hipster. I'm just old school.
Okay. So anyone who says that is.
Radiant's middle tower is
No.
under attack.
I agree. I believe you. But you did correct my AWP and said it's called OP.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle
That's-
tower
that's what
has
it's called.
fallen.
It's 3 letters. It's
It's actually an AWM. Did you know that? They changed it, and everybody has refused.
and
Actually,
the
I
M
don't
is
know-
for Magnum.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if in CS:GO it's still like that. I know in 1.6 in Source they changed it to AWM, and nobody calls it that. It's still an op.
What did the P stand for?
Pistol.
Who in their right mind would call that a pistol?
I just made that up. I have no
Oh.
idea. I
So you would.
can't remember what it was actually.
I could understand if you would call it a rifle, but that does not begin
R.
with P.
Or
AW Pifle.
2K gold on Bristleback. What can they do to come back in this game? Is there anything?
Well, they
Unless it's
kind
the
of just
XP?
did, actually. I think Vici Gaming overextended a little bit on that push, and sure, they still have a gold lead, but they lost the Aegis, they lost the fight, and TA is starting to hit really hard. The MKB is coming up in not too long. Bristleback will probably be finding a damage item for himself, too. And these multiple BKBs they've managed to acquire, 1 on TA, 1 on Bristle, and now 1 on Axe 2. All of them 9 seconds remaining.
Ooh, they're gonna see
a lot of time.
Axe. Oh!
Okay, well, they found Ninja Boogie instead, so consolation kill.
They'll take that. That's fine.
Now, Chris needs to be careful. He doesn't have to pop his BKB. No, he doesn't. This is still 70 seconds on Ninja Boogie, who bought back in his last death. So, this is a 70-second window.
Cheese on Medusa. This is the second
Oh,
life.
yeah, they didn't use the cheese. Okay, that is a pretty big problem. Forgot about that. Black was carrying it. Let's give it over to Super's Dusa.
Percy getting slowed continuously. Super. Split shotting to his heart's content. Still has that stone gaze to work with. This tower, at the very least, is dead. Fortification.
They're going to
is
have
up,
to give them
however.
Elena Rex. If they fight now, they probably lose the game.
The Vengeful Spirit down for another 40 seconds. Crimson Guard placed on only himself. And yeah, I think they should just give this up. Maybe just do a little bit of damage, but they better be careful. The initiation possibilities are there for Ice and Sight. They're going to pop Fortification. Indication that they perhaps want to defend this. Medusa, very healthy. Very healthy woman. Has the cheese as well. Yeah, this is a free Rex. Now he goes in as Axe with the blade.
that's
Now,
a good
Black is
call.
taking so much damage. Super in the meantime, we're seeing Ice, Ice, Ice. Initiate onto cast. Look at the damage with that stone form. Oh my god. Even Chrissy's taking a lot of damage. He's attempting to run away. Is that going to be enough? Indeed. The Arcane Bolt and the right clicks. The initiation after the Rax was taken out did not work in Rave's favor. They have a couple buybacks in the making. Chrissy going to reinitiate back in, a swap on Ice Ice Ice. They're finally going to take him out. Super still has the cheese, will in all likelihood use it. Doesn't even fill his full mana pool. That just shows how many stats this guy has. Skywrath Mage Lion on the run. Chrissy is silenced at the moment. They're going to focus their efforts upon Super, and Super might be able to take out the Vengeful Spirit if he can get a little bit closer. The trap's going to slow him, and down he goes finally.
Wow,
Fenrir really
tried
wanted to
help
defend
him. Okay.
the honor of his lady. Despite how disgusting that face of Medusa looks, sacrifices his life. So they lose 4, but it did cost a couple buybacks. They get full racks mid.
Does Coddle have a voice line for Dusa?
You're hideous. I wouldn't hit that in a million years.
I'm not sure. I don't know any of the voice lines for Coddle.
Well, they're going to have force some buybacks out of Vici Gaming, that's for sure. They're going to have to at least buy back the Medusa. I think that's going to be enough, actually. And looks like that's their verdict, too. Not buying back the Lion or the Juggernaut, who's going to be living in a moment. And this will force Rave to only get the tier 2 top. They're still missing their Axe, who's a really important part of their team fight. Now, if Roshan had respawned now, which he couldn't potentially do, but if he had, that would have been a really good moment for Rave. But the problem is now Vici Gaming is probably not interested in pushing Rave's base until they have the
Black,
next
he's going to
Aegis.
find him! He doesn't even need the Omni Slash. He gets the... Actually, I don't know if there was a bash or not. I can't tell. I don't think there was because I didn't see the cooldown apply to Skull Basher. Either way, he gets the kill. Poor Witch Doctor. 60
Yeah,
seconds
he's out
on
for
the
a
deck.
minute. Do Vici Gaming push now?
Did you say Vici?
Did I?
I don't know.
Witchy Gaming. Well, I was thinking Witch Doctor because he was dead. So maybe because of that I say Witchy Gaming.
Witchy woman. Got a couple wards now. Vengeful Spirit's going to not pick them up.
That's a pretty cool courier.
Yeah, I like the purple effect. That is unique.
It's a mimic. Looks like a mimic.
It's the Champion's purple prismatic gem.
Okay.
Oh, man.
What's that?
The headphones that we're using are just, they crush your skull.
Oh, I just
They
thought there was something
legitimately
about
hurt
that
Ryo.
Champion's gem that just
And
really...
it just happened to be at that time that my ears started hurting.
Okay, super. Man, he is so insanely tanky. Okay, Fenrir wanted to go for an Impale there. Didn't find it.
Super.
Oh, ice.
Ice.
Let's say some more names. We're football commentators.
Fenrir. Soccer. Black.
Observer Ward.
Well, they defend the honor of their tower, which is extremely low at this
And
point.
the tower itself.
And the tower itself.
Yeah, when's Roche? We're going to know in about
very shortly.
10 seconds. The teams will obviously not know, but they're probably just going to control the area. Let's see when... Wow, that's a really quick respawn.
20 seconds.
Remaining.
The unfortunate thing for Rave is they do not have a trap in here. Not sure if it was
That's a good
de-warded.
point.
I don't know if de-warded is the right word, but if it was killed via sentries or something.
But I think they're going to go check there anyway.
Yeah, well,
They'll
Vici,
have to check.
They have
there.
the rocket always available to them as well.
Not sending it out, as Roche will now respawn back in his cave.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, we've talked about this before. Rave, they can take this out in T-minus 10 seconds if they really want to. They're going to see it. The question is, do they want to go for it right away? And with Vici Gaming in mid lane, the answer is yes. Let's look at the negative armor. Negative 22 armor, and that's with 0 goos applied. And that was T-minus 10 seconds.
Yeah, goodbye, Roche.
My goodness.
Thanks for the food, says
Aegis.
Chrissy. Thanks for the shield, says Templar Assassin.
See, they have really good heroes for these. I'm not gonna say I hate it. It's just unfortunate when you have like a core hero picking up an Aegis that really can't utilize it to the highest degree. Like, I can't stand seeing Lycan with an Aegis, for example. I know it's not the worst, but it's not ideal. Bristleback with Cheese is amazing. TA with Aegis is amazing.
Yeah.
Cooldowns are extremely low.
Yeah.
Juggernaut picks up Abyssal Blade.
This is Purge.
Hey, Louise Purge. Can you tell my voice is deeper than the first day?
Hey,
Is that the lowest you can go?
How low can you go? How low? Yes,
The thing
your
about
voice is
this
lower.
Vengeful Spirit set,
You're all about the base, no treble.
she always looks like she has double damage. Like, what does she look like when she actually has it?
She's glowing blue. Right now, she's not glowing blue.
She kind of is glowing blue.
Oh,
Wait.
I see what you mean.
No, okay, I'm looking.
A
Your
little
graphics suck.
What?
You have it on low or
can I see
something?
it? No, well, I haven't set this
Okay,
computer
look
up.
at
so I don't know.
Wenchwell's Weird.
It's the same over here. The gamma is just bad.
Okay, the gamma's bad. You
Yeah.
heard it here first. Actually, the funny thing about that computer, I was using it earlier because Zyori was on this computer when I was casting with him, and the settings were on low.
Really?
And I was like, this is syndereN's doing.
I didn't.
He likes playing Minecraft Dota 2.
What are you talking about? That's a thing of the past.
I guess that's...
Okay, here we go.
Whoa!
This is something that takes me back to ESL 1 New York, where we had a very close grand final game in which the Force Staffs and the Ethereal Blade usage of FY and Fenrir really won the game. He doesn't have Force Staff this time around, neither does Lion. But E-Blade on Skywrath is a very good item. First of all, his int is very high, so the blade itself deals a lot of damage if he wants to do that, but it's just as much about the defensive capabilities that, let's say the Axe gets a call on the Juggernaut, for example. They just E-Blade him, and there is no way Ray's lineup kills him. They're all about the physical damage. So, very nice pickup. I want to say it's the most utility he can get for his money right now. Maybe even better than a Hex.
There is actually a way to do considerable damage. Psyblades, I believe, deal pure damage, in fact.
I don't think they hit Ghost Scepter.
What? Really?
I don't think they hit Ghost Scepter.
Why wouldn't they?
Because it's a physical type attack. You also can't OD Orb attack a Ghost Sceptered hero. And I think they work in the same way. The spell damage is pure, but also toggled as a physical
Pure
ability.
garbage if it doesn't do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't work though.
How
I could be
confident are you?
wrong.
What's the percentage on your confidence?
It's actually not that high.
So like 80%?
4.
What?
I don't know.
All right. Well,
It's one of those mechanics that might have actually been changed, but I want to say 80% at least, that you don't spill over the
I was right, 80%.
I said at least. I didn't say exactly, okay? I'm not going to agree with you.
You remember that one bug? Actually, I don't know if it was a bug, it was just a feature that they just got rid of, where if you Psyblades illusions, since it does extra damage to illusions, like they take 400%, you can actually get like a one-shot on multiple heroes with the Psyblades. Do you remember that?
What's that? One more time? Okay, sorry, because I'm actually trying to check with the chat to see, because generally there's a... Okay, Psyblades is treated as cleave, someone says. So...
Okay.
You can use that for what you want.
Thanks for checking chat for me, syndereN.
Okay,
I really appreciate it.
Okay, well, it doesn't look like there's a general consensus that I was wrong, so I'm going to assume I was right.
Well, there's not going to be one way or the other, I don't think. People are not going to be too confident. That's a weird interaction.
Yeah, it is a weird one. And it's also not necessarily intuitive anyway, because even if you have other abilities that work similarly, sometimes there's some odd ones out. But
yeah, we'll see soon enough, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe.
MKB now on Super. He is, I guess, technically 4-slotted. He'll eventually get the Boots of Travel, but before that... Actually, he might get the Boots of Travel next, because he want an Aegis spot, since... although the Aegis right now obviously is on Rave. See if they can use it. There's there's about a minute left on the Roche. There's about a minute left on the Aegis. Of course, the cheese is still available for Bristleback. They're desperate to do this.
Oh, this could be a really good flank
on
move.
Chrissy.
I like that they give it to him instead of the TA, because I think the TA will be killed once.
Oh, here we go. The swap onto Super. Can they take him out before anything happens? JL stuck in the cogs. Cass gets his ultimate off. Medusa falls to the ground. 113 seconds on the deck. Ice is Mini Solo can get away. The stun at the last moment, taking him out. JL getting bashed with the Abyssal Blade. Black just tears through him, but that is the Aegis of the Immortal. Finger of Death applied to the back of Chrissy. Not exactly what you want. Takes a lot of damage. Almost kills Lion in the process, but he's going to take a ton of right clicks on top of that. A 3-for-3 overall. JL and Ninja Boogie, the last to survive on their team, and they're going to attempt to go for Black. I don't think they can do this. Somebody bought back. That is the Axe. Here he comes. Berserker Call's going to miss, but the Battle Hunger's applied. JL still has a trap. Doesn't go through the... Okay, well, Fenrir, he's going to sacrifice his life.
Hit the creep so we can see if the Psyblades work.
Okay.
Okay, they didn't work, but the Meld Strike did when he got out of Ghost Scepter.
That wasn't Psyblades.
No, I have no idea. I didn't get to see it in the fight.
Because it probably didn't happen.
It might have happened.
All right, so that was... Let's look at the
They blew up the Dusa. That was incredible. They actually killed her before Stone Gaze turned any of them to stone. That was...
Well, did she get it off?
Yeah, she did cast it toward the end. She manted, and then she got it off, but she still died to Culling Blade.
That was a 4-for-4. Axe bot back.
Yeah. Fairly even trade, but still just a... I don't even want to... That wasn't even that much of a power demonstration of Rave, come to think of it. They lost Aegis and Cheese, so they barely got 4-for-4 when they one-shot the Dusa. And that's because when they focus everything onto him, we haven't talked so much about Black, but he's getting really strong on the Juggernaut. Don't underestimate this hero in late game. Of course, Ghost Scepter is a great counter, but once they are down, he is critting really hard. He's critting very frequently, and Omni Slash will make quick work of the supports if their Ghost Scepters are down. So he's almost full. He can replace the Aquila with probably a Scotty would be something to consider, and then the Mask of Madness into a secondary damage item, or should he need it, some sort of survivability item. But if he gets the Scotty, I don't even think that's going to be an issue. So this game is still completely open to both teams. 7,500 gold lead for the Radiant, but an XP lead for the Dire. Still want to say the gold is more important.
I mean, that was the best initiation you can think of for Rave.
Maybe.
That's best case scenario. There was a really good counter initiation from Ice Ice Ice, canceling the Death Ward after, I think it lasted only a couple seconds, so there's opportunity for a better Death Ward in the future.
I want to say the best case scenario is that they kill Black first.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's more valuable. Even though the Deuce is starting to hit hard, but she's missing a damage item still, one more. Then I would agree they probably have to go on her first. But if they can kill Black really quickly, they can probably snowball it into finding one or two supports and then finish Dusa last. It's the classic way of dealing with Medusa lineups late game is if you can somehow control her, but not focus her, and go on the others. So say you get both Black and Super in a call, which is not that likely. But if you do that, you kill down Black, Super is controlled, you go on a support. Then you keep Super locked down with Cask, with Venge Stun. You can even swap if it's necessary to get him out of position. All that kind of stuff. Maybe you find another kill or two.
Look at this damage on TA.
And then you take her last.
Daedalus now picked up along with the
Oh,
MKB.
goodness.
And
It's
Deso.
really hard.
She is hitting it very hard. I mean, the only defensive item she has is a 7-second BKB. Has to be well timed. And of course, keep in mind that Stone Gaze will work completely through that. Black and Company.
Oh, boy. They're going to go for the high ground. This is a pretty ballsy play.
Roche is going to be up in about a minute and a half.
Oh, X getting
the hook
caught
shot.
out.
And, beautiful swap. Ninja Boogie is going to sacrifice his life yet again. BKB popped a little bit prematurely by the axe. Ice 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 looks like he's going to fall for his trouble. He actually is going to run away, at least for now. Nope. Not going to last too long. Witch Doctor getting right-click over and over by Super. The Mystic Snake will not finish him off. Call on a couple of heroes. Ryo's a choice. Finger of Death is going to help finish him off. Jo on the run. Oh my god, it doesn't even matter. The BKB does nothing for you against the right clicks of Black. Chrissy at half health. They're going to focus on the buildings now. It is a 1-for-4 with one buyback on Witch Doctor, but he's already used his ultimate.
Yeah, they're probably going to be able to end the game right here. That fight went so well for Vici Gaming. Got the initiation they were looking for. They're going to call the GG. They cannot deal with this amount of brute force damage. They will be able to end the game. Black, once again, kind of not really controlled in that fight. Clockwork creating a lot of space with the hookshot into the cogs. And I want to say, most importantly, they got the opener that forced a swap, that got Venge in trouble. Venge dies. The hero Venge saved initially was not really able to commit too early on in the fight again, and that just means you lose the Venge, the hero Venge saves is not in fighting shape, 3-on-5. And then Black got an Omni Slash off, the Medusa was untouched in the fight, which is very natural if you don't manage to take the others out, and they just couldn't deal with it after that. Still, really great showing from both teams here, I want to say. I think at one point in the game, Rave were looking really good, and then they made a couple of big mistakes that got Vici back, and then almost pulled it back again, but Vici showing to be, I want to say, the team with a better decision-making probably won the game.
Indeed.
That was still a really, really good match.
So Vici Gaming goes to 5-2,
Yep.
and 4-3 for Rave. Still
correct.
Way better than a lot of people thought they'd be doing. Although you guys said look for them to be underdogs. I think you said 9-12, if I'm not mistaken.
For Rave? Yeah, probably.
But they've been surpassing a lot of people's expectations. Okay, so next up is going to be the last matches of the day. On the main stream, it's going to be Cloud9 versus HR. BTS2 is going to be Na'Vi versus HGT, I believe. And for us, it's going to be me and syndereN yet again. IG versus MVP. So stay tuned, friends. We'll be right back-ish. All right,
Soon.
Yeah. Bumper's not working. There we go, guys. We got it. Don't worry. It works.